Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Fate Podcast, where we discuss film, anime, television, and other forms of entertainment. You already know I'm your host, Elijah. This is my co-host, Sam. And before we start the show, we always want to give you our recommendations of what we're watching or what we have watched to, encourage you to watch them as well. So my first pick is something you can find on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us. And basically, they go through different films back in the day, and they show you how it was created, the writers, the directors, how it almost didn't make it until it actually did. They have, I think, first season they have Dirty Dancing, Ghostbusters, Home Alone, and I believe something else. Let's see. But the second season just dropped. I have Forrest Gump. Let's see. Goodness grief. Back to the Future, if you like that. Pretty Woman, and Jurassic Park. I have to go look this up. But yeah, check them out. I haven't watched the second season. I watched the first season. I think that the way they do it in the comedic element is really fun. So I can't wait to watch the second season, and I hope you guys tune to that as well. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I've been sleeping on that, so I got to check that out too. Especially if they did Forrest Gump and Back to the Future.
Yeah,
I love Back to the
Future. Have you heard of it on Netflix or no?
Oh yeah, I've seen it because they got like a bunch of those, right? They got like the toys that made us.
Yeah, the toys that made us. Yeah.
So like, I just like had never like dived into it though, just because I felt like that first like I was like, yeah, Ghostbusters, but like I'd rather know about like some other movies because I've listened to interviews with Dan Aykroyd, so I kind of got like the lowdown of like how they made that and just like how he thought up the movie and stuff. But like that sounds actually very interesting. So
and they have Die Hard. See, now
I'm actually not crazy about that movie as like most people are. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah,
like,
me either. But it was interesting.
People are just like Die Hard. I'm just like,
yeah,
yo, it's good.
Yeah,
not that good. But my recommendation, I'm actually also going to do a Netflix one. And matter of fact, it's a series, the Fear Street trilogy.
Okay.
First part's 1994. Second part 1978, I think, and then 1666. So if you like what's the word I'm looking for? You like gore, if you like horror, if you like supernatural stuff like demons and like that kind of stuff, this is gonna be your thing. On top of that, it's basically adult Goosebumps. Because it was books that were written by R.L. Stine for like the young adult crowd, but like they upped the ante a bit on that stuff. Like you get, of course, this tropes of YA stuff, which is like, relationships and like, because they are like high schoolers, I think. But it is so good. The story is great. And they definitely make it make sense as to like how they piece it together, like with the parts going backwards in time. They totally make it make sense. Very good. And I'm pretty sure the person that like created these movies and stuff, her goal is to like create the Fear Street as the MCU of horror for Netflix.
That's good.
If that's true, I want it all. So go check those movies out. They did like a unique drop with it too, where they dropped one movie on Friday, and the next week they dropped the next, and then the week after they dropped the third. So like,
yeah,
they gave the people what they wanted in a weird way. They were just like, no, let's film all three of these, and then we'll just do like a slow, like a weekly release. And I loved it. Super good. Check it out.
Yeah. That's on my list. I have, all of our lists are long, but that's one of my lists. I'm gonna go check it out. So the movie that made us, Fear Street, guys, if you like what you're hearing, check them out. Let us know what you think about them. Now, today we're gonna, talk about another Marvel show. These shows can be watched on Disney Plus, so go check them out. And we're gonna spoil everything about the show. So if you haven't watched them yet, go watch it. Come back, listen to our conversation. Now we're gonna review episode 2 and 3 of What If. So starting with episode 2, what if T'Challa become a Star-Lord? Now, I had high expectations with this. I'm sorry I did. It didn't live up to my expectations. Sam, see, look at Sam. It did for Sam.
No, that's fair. I really want to hear this, man.
Yeah. I think having T'Challa go galactic was kind of weird for me. I think, to be honest, from where I stand, to me, it kind of didn't fit. I want to say it was forced, but it was just like, okay, you know how no one didn't know Peter Quill, no one didn't know who Star-Lord was, but they kind of switched it with everyone know who Star-Lord was, he's famous, all this other stuff. And I was just like, now he's becoming like super OP, where like he's famous, he's strong. You got even, Thanos to turn good.
that was sick.
Funny. So I just can't really fit T'Challa in that role of Star-Lord.
Fair enough.
Or C. Go ahead.
Fair enough. I thought it was excellent. I really thought this was a huge step up from the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I hated the first episode at all.
Yeah.
I was just like, how did they up the ante? And they did. I thought. I weirdly, I thought I loved that he went into space, and I thought it made a lot of sense as to like how they found him and like. But and of course you get into the whole thing where you find it goofy, where he's just like, look at, where he describes him, and he's just like, well, look, he's got one mouth hole, two ear, all the, and it's just like, dude, like you do too, though. Like, I get it, like you're an alien, but like,
yeah.
But I don't know. I thought it was funny, but I thought it made sense because they were tracking it by like celestial energy, right? So they just happened to stumble upon the fact that like the giant vibranium meteorite. And what I liked about it is like with the Guardians of the Galaxy, Yondu and most of those characters all had the potential to be good, like pretty early on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like based on what you know about the character T'Challa, like he always is like giving the best out of people, like, and he's always so kind and thoughtful. And the fact that like his energy still like carried over into the fact and like played into like what he wanted as a kid, which was to explore and see the outside. They played into those, which you see in the movie Black Panther, but he actually gets to like live it out. And the fact that he had this sort of like out and like could go along on this giant space adventure, he was just like, why not? And I don't know. I love the fact that they did it. I love the fact that the twist was just, he was just like, oh, Star-Lord, like, what's up, man? And it's just like, oh, of course he would, because that's the kind of guy he is.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime he would have seen someone in trouble, he'd been like, no, dude, we got to go help those. And he would have convinced them.
Yeah, I didn't mind the plot. I didn't mind them switching it to, switching over that he was actually a known character, and also his adventure. Like he wanted to go on an adventure. I'm like, okay, that fits with who T'Challa was. But I don't know. It's just I guess maybe there wasn't that much struggle as far as from the first one, because he defeated most of his enemies quite easily.
When you said OP, I was like, kind of. Because it's like, just one big episode of them just wrecking. But like that's kind of why I loved it. It was just like they're
Mhm.
just wrecking shop the whole episode. And dude, the fact that Thanos is a good guy
Yeah,
is amazing. I loved that they did that.
and he was the comic relief in that show, and like keep on bringing in like, oh, the yeah, I almost want to, kill half the planet, but there was this in when they were talking, and he was like, oh, it wasn't genocide because it was random. That was funny. So it was just like the way they make Thanos. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, okay. I'm like, but can he act? I was thinking he must have like have a conversation with Thanos to turn the other cheek instead of fighting him. Because if they were a fault, or if Thanos was in the middle of conquering, I don't think he would be able to change his mind. So I think it was the fact that he got him in the beginning to change his mind.
That might have almost been a more compelling episode if like the episode would have been about T'Challa as Star-Lord talking down Thanos.
Yeah.
That might have been an interesting episode.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I mean, I wish they were showing at least a little bit of that. I mean, they don't have to. The episode will get on its own, but like, it maybe a little bit, but like, okay, T'Challa, what did you say to Thanos for him to like turn the other cheek? But then you kept on talking about like you want to do it, but like you decide you keep on deciding not to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how you like the new team that they formed? They're missing some key characters.
I thought it was an interesting group, but like the thing is like, if it's gonna be T'Challa in space, the team's obviously got to be wildly different.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they picked up like the guy that like recognized him. I like that they had him join the team.
He was a good pick.
I always feel like that guy, like when he pops up, like he kind of is an important character. Like he was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he was also in Captain Marvel. Like he was a part of that team.
Mm-hmm.
And like this dude's probably got some good backstory, and like it was cool that they involved him more, just because like he is a cool character, and like it's like weird how they kind of like make him semi-relevant and important, but like it's also just like he's just throwaway. But it's like, is he?
Yeah.
And then who else was on the team? It was
Nebula,
Yondu, who was good.
Mm-hmm.
New Yondu, Thanos, Nebula, and then
I forgot the other guy with the scar. I forgot his name.
Oh, that Taserface.
Yeah.
They had that guy. Yeah. They brought that dude back, which was great because that guy's funny. But yeah, they snuck Drax in, obviously as like the bartender, and that was a funny moment. It was great. And it was good that it was so small because they didn't ask Dave Bautista at all to come back and do it. And if the part was that little, I almost kind of think that makes sense, because it would almost be more offensive to be like, hey, could you just come in to read a line? Why just one? But anyways, I don't think, was there Rocket or Groot in it?
Nope.
There wasn't a Gamora. There's no mention of her at all either, which I found interesting. But it was interesting that like he somehow turned around Nebula and Thanos though.
Yeah. No, it's just, I was thinking like, okay, why is not Gamora there? But since, in my opinion, this is what I think. Since Thanos didn't destroy her planet, she's still with her family. So that's what it would never have met. Now with what's her face? Nebula. Thank you. With Nebula, when it was like, okay, that's my adopted daughter, I just don't know where Nebula came from. So she was just always there, I guess.
I think. Wait, is Nebula adopted? I thought like that was
they both adopted.
Daughter. Oh, they're both adopted.
Yeah, they're both adopted.
Yeah.
So and they made Nebula like a Black Widow of the group and stuff like that, like a triple agent. like double crosser and all that other stuff, can fight, have that little just that little, her whole face is not, machine, just
Yeah,
that little scar right there and stuff. So, I found it pretty interesting the way they did it. It's just, I don't know. I feel like there was more to tell, more stuff that was missing that I didn't get. Um, you know, and the one thing I would question is why, when Yondu took T'Challa as a child, he grown up and he still has the black necklace thing. I'm like, did you keep that in your pocket? Because you wasn't wearing that one as a child and you never went back home. That's the only nitpick I would say about, like, maybe it was a plot
I
hole.
thought about that too. I was just like, I wonder if they thought about that.
Yeah.
Just because like I noticed that too. I was just like, yeah, did he just like have like this? He was like, oh yeah, I got this necklace.
Like what I'm I think they would defend it, be like, no, he's always wearing it. I'm like, no, isn't that the Black Panther thing? That make him transform into Black Panther. I don't know. That's my nitpick of the show. How about you? You have any things that you maybe didn't like or that was a nitpick?
Not for this one. No, I really loved it, dude. I love Chadwick Boseman. Like I was one of the people that like might hype up like Black Panther too much, just because
Yeah.
I really think that's like one of the better origin movies of the whole MCU. Like I thought like when I saw that one, I was like, oh, they perfected the origin story at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they actually made it where it's like not a throwaway, very good story, and just all around, but like even a good villain. Like I was like that was like one of the few where I'm like, oh, we finally got a good villain for the whole origin movie. Because like the only one other good one I can think of is like Vulture, other than like Loki or something like that. But like, like Ultron was kind of like felt like wasted, missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Taskmaster, the Mandarin. Apparently that's coming back around though with
Yeah, the
Shang-Chi.
actual Mandarin this time.
Yeah. So yeah, yes, the actual Mandarin. And like I don't know. The list goes on.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Um, but I enjoyed it all. I mean, I like the spin of it. I like what you think about the collector being the villain in this one.
I thought finally they did something with the character. I mean, dude, think about it. Like they kind of always have him in the background, and like they didn't do really anything with him other than make him like this like weird creepy guy that just collects things. Like this time around, like just kind of like I don't know, made more sense. Where I was like, okay, like yeah, this guy should be like a big villain because like he's weird. So I like that they kind of like buffed him up a bit and like gave him a big fight.
But was it a fight though? Like
It was
they
an ass
buffed him
whooping.
up, but like he didn't do much except grab uh his collections to try to fight off T'Challa or Star Lord, whatever you want to call him. Um, but the fight was like mediocre.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, like I said, I couldn't get excited. I was as much as excited as you were for like this team up, but I don't
I don't know.
know.
I was
I mean,
really engaged. Like I loved it.
no, I was watching it with my wife, and me and my wife we were watching it. It was just like, nah. Mm, it, to be honest, I think the first one was better. The first episode was better. Um, they kind of went down, not completely downhill for me, but it's just like, I was like, okay, all right, cool. We have the episode. What's next? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, good. Yeah, yeah. Took this as is. I'm gonna take it as is. What's next? But the only thing, before we move on to episode 3, what do you feel about the ending? About the dad, Pete? They focus on Peter Quill because Peter Quill wasn't the one they captured. The end of the episode, we see Peter Quill, mopping, listening to his music, and his dad comes through. The
Ego.
What is he? To be honest, I don't know.
Ego, the living planet.
Yeah, and he comes in to claim his son. What do you think that's all about?
I don't know, dude. I think we'll see some come back around because, like I said before, I think they said Chadwick Boseman had like 4 episodes he was supposed to be in. At least I thought. I could be wrong. I don't know because like this Captain.
I think you're right.
Captain Carter was supposed to be around for more episodes. I mean, granted, there's going to be 9, but like, I haven't seen her again yet, so I don't know. Could be coming back around soon. Fingers crossed, honestly. So like I thought that was kind of wild. Like I was just like, oh, Peter's dead. At least that's what I think. Like, because as we know, Peter Quill was like the only one that like had worked, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what more mind drifted to was just like, okay, so they're all back on Earth right now, and he's with his dad, and both families got to meet, right? And what I started thinking was just like they're going to be chilling there, and then like they're just going to get word that like something's happening, So like my mind was like, oh, are they just about to now all team up and take down Ego as he's trying to take over the planet and stuff? So,
and that's what, like, I don't know. There's going to be a lot. I don't know. Are they gonna?
I'm wondering if it's just gonna be loose threads, though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see, because are they gonna do it in this season? Or are they gonna hold it until next season? Like, I don't know. That was pretty interesting though, because in my mind though, were you thinking about Peter Quill, or were you happy that T'Challa was Star-Lord?
I just thought I think more of like I was just like interesting take to like make him Star-Lord. Like I was just like I just thought it was an interesting idea because I feel like that's not something like someone's mind would go to first.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
Who been your? Go ahead.
No, what were you gonna ask?
Who was gonna be your first pick then?
To be like
Star-Lord
instead?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could make that. I was actually going to make a case for like what they maybe could have also thought of and tried, which was reverse the roles of what happened with Michael B. Jordan's character and him. Reverse roles like that, see what happens.
And what Peter Quill is
no, like what was Michael B. Jordan's character's name?
Oh, Killmonger.
Yeah. Switch Killmonger and T'Challa. Like roll, like
so okay.
Through what Killmonger did, and then Killmonger would have the life of T'Challa.
Gotcha.
That's what I could have thought of as like that would be the what if story in my mind, at least. I don't know how you could do that, but like I feel like I don't know. It would have been an interesting thought.
Yeah. All right, man. I mean that's about it. I know you were more excited about this show than me. I mean, like I said, guys, it still was well done. I like the plot. I like what they did. It just wasn't. I'm just comparing it to the first episode, and not to me. To be honest, it wasn't better than the first episode to me. But going to the second episode. Hold on.
So what would you rate that second episode though?
7.5. How about you?
It's another 9.
Yeah, no, it's probably 7.5. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna discuss episode 3. What if the world lost its mightiest heroes? What do you think? How you feel about the episode, Sam?
I at first, like, the title is just kind of throws you off because you're kind of like, what do you mean? And I don't think that myself or most people expected that the episode was going to be a murder mystery.
Yep.
That was what I thought was interesting. Because, like, at first you see, they go to Tony and you see him die. You're like, wait, what? And my mind, all I thought was like, oh, he got injected with the stuff, but this time the stuff killed him. And yeah, that's just like, those weird events just kind of keep steamrolling. But like, I thought it was interesting. Like, I thought it was a very interesting idea, very different idea for the MCU, a murder mystery. And it was very, it was fascinating to see the direction it went.
Okay.
This one didn't have me as excited as the other two, but I was still engaged enough because I was just like, I just wanted to know what happened next. I was just like, what's going on? Like, what's really happening? And the fact that Nick Fury was in it, money. Money.
Well, to me, think? I was more engaged to this one because, I love murder mysteries. And, we're going to have to find out who's killing the Avengers, because I'm like, God, the way y'all killing the Avengers, y'all a smart dude. Because I was like, are you giving literally, I gave a plan to whoever wanted to kill the Avengers, just follow what, that person did. Killing Iron Man, killing Thor. When it came to the Hulk, like, I was trying to figure out, like, what are you gonna do? This dude can't die, and then the way he died, going after the heart, I was like, okay, that's plausible, So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the mystery. Like, even with we had the answer, hope. Did you get who did it? Because I still didn't have a clue who was killing off the Avengers. As soon he was like, hope. I was like, hope, like, what you?
Oh,
I didn't get it till the end.
I'd love to fill you in.
Evan?
So, for anyone else that is also unfamiliar with who the heck that was, what the hell they were talking about, you got to watch Ant-Man.
Yeah. You have to.
Who would have thought?
They got me from a loop, bro. Like, I did not know. I was like, hope. Like, I'm like, kudos to Nick Fury to figure that out, because I would have been like, all right, Captain Marvel, so come my way. I don't know what Black Widow should have been more descriptive, maybe say a last name or something like that. But no, the way they did it, I wouldn't even know that it was him that killed him. So it was a good twist on their part. I enjoyed the twist. And kind of the different ways of, killing the Avengers. Because it was all interesting. I'm like, okay, how you gonna do this? How you gonna do that? And like I said, all of it was plausible. So
yeah, dude, because it's just like, no way. Like, you think about, like, some of them, like, yeah, Hawkeye can die and Black Widow can die, but like, still, like, they've gone through so much stuff that you're just like, what? Like, no way. But like, yeah, it all made sense with Tony Stark's, and then where I got thrown for a real loop was Thor.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wait, what? You're just gonna take? But like, yeah, he is mortal for that time whenever he doesn't have the powers of his hammer anymore. But like, that's what threw me off. It's just like, Hawkeye, he doesn't trip up, dude. So like, when I saw, like, oh, I was just like, oh, what? Like, I was like, what's Hawkeye doing? Is he under control again? I was like, because we knew Loki was coming, right? And my
Mm-hmm.
thought is just like, well, obviously, like I was like, they didn't do a good job of this murder mystery because it's clearly about to be like Loki, but like I was
Yeah.
surprised that it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
But still interesting that they included Loki and like
Yeah.
what he ends up doing. But yeah, like that was just so bizarre. But yeah, the Hulk one, dude, that I,
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
I
that.
yo, I was cracking up. I was like, what is happening? I was like, what? He's just getting bigger? But and I was just like, what? Is there just about to be guts everywhere? And the
Yeah.
fact that he just went up in a cloud of smoke, I was just like, oh, dude, I forgot. It's kid stuff. Like we can't. Like it's not like kids, but like I was just like, they can't just do that.
Yeah.
And do the boys.
It's funny
But
how like
it's like, yo, they're gonna make a big like. I'm sorry, but like that entire area, Hulk guts.
yeah. No, it's no, definitely.
Well,
And I also like the back and forth with the Hulk arriving and fighting the tanks and Loki's fighting the people back and forth. I kind of like that as well. Um Also, if you didn't notice, one of the stags of the show is you can see the watcher in the background in the clouds watching them and whatnot.
yeah,
I was just like, oh my goodness, like the way they did that throughout the show, I was impressed.
yes. But here's the thing. I feel like that was the first time I had noticed that. Now I feel like I've missed it in the first two.
No, I'm pretty sure I will caught it. I don't think they if they did, I'm like, God damn, I'm blind.
But
But
like, no, that stuff was really cool. Like I loved how they added that this episode. And that was a question I thought. I was just like, oh no, is that something I've been missing this entire time that he's just been in the
exactly.
background? And I really feel like that. Now I gotta go back to the first two and figure it out. But I had an interesting thought with Hulk's death, and it's that
Mhm.
do you think Bruce Banner, like the fact that he did die, he was just like, because at that point in time, he's tortured guy, you know, like he really hates this duality in him. Do you think he was like
Really.
finally peace and relief?
Um,
There is some sort of
maybe,
consciousness in the afterlife.
maybe,
It's like I'm free.
maybe the Hulk wasn't that way, but Bruce Banner, yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Probably was like,
yeah, that's
okay,
what I mean. Bruce Banner. Yes,
yeah, no,
not
no, I
Hulk.
agree.
Hulk
Uh,
be like,
At
"Bruh."
that last, at that last moment, he probably be like, finally, I can die. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, that sucks, but
yeah, because the Hulk is
yeah, man.
pretty legit. But yeah, dude, that was bizarre. But yeah, the fact who they made like the person, you know, shoot, I mean, what's his name? The
Hank,
original Ant-Man.
Hank Pym.
Thank you, Hank Pym. Him. The fact that they made him vengeful in
Mm-hmm.
this area, I thought that was really interesting
Yeah.
because you know he obviously had lost his wife. Then it turns out that his daughter did get into the spy game like he didn't want her to do.
Yep.
And yeah, like I love the choices that they're making as to how it completely changes how their lives unfolded.
No, I agree. Like, and the first three episodes, I would say, was done well, beautifully. It was written well. The storyline was great. The fighting scenes, the art, everything. Like, I don't know. Like, they keep on outdoing themselves, Disney, and especially in the show. What if? You know, we only got three episodes so far, and you know,
6 more to go.
all of them are says, "Wow." Always, wow. I don't
So
know.
what would you rate this one?
8.5 and 8.5. How about you?
I was actually going to say 8, so I'm just going
Yeah.
to concur with what you said.
Yeah, it was because I love murder mysteries. I like the way they did it. The ending Oh yeah, we ain't talking about the ending. The fact that because
Yes.
my thing, I was always wondering where's Captain America? Where's
Yeah,
Captain
that's what I
America?
was wondering.
But then they found him at the end, and why?
Yeah, he was just still frozen. Because all the other Avengers were falling apart and were just, and he thought he was trying to get those dudes before he got to him.
So my guess, so you think Nick Fury always knew Captain America was there, but then
Yeah,
okay,
definitely. Because if you think about it, I'm pretty sure chronologically, like Captain America was like the last one to be grabbed out of all of those guys.
oh yeah, you're right.
So it kind of made sense that they just went through the same thing where he was trying to get them, but it was just falling apart. It's going crazy until
Okay, you're right.
He started to deal with as he put it lovely, the space Vikings that came along with Loki.
Mm-hmm.
And which retroactively or just triggered the event of him calling Captain Marvel, because he was just like, yo, all the people that I just recruited have been yopped. I gotta get backup ASAP.
Were you expecting that? I wasn't.
No, I wasn't expecting it, but like I kind of knew at one point it was going to get there, just because I was just like, ooh, he's still
Who you
got
have
one
left?
ace in that sleeve.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I kind of feel like I had the same realization in the moment he had, where I was just like, oh wait, he isn't the only one. And so yeah, I thought that was interesting. And what I kind of thought was funny,
Yeah.
I don't think they meant to do this on purpose, but the fact that they like had her show up just like in Avengers Endgame, or maybe they did just to kind of like emulate that, but like she showed up the same way in Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so who, like, like who refighting or whatever she said. I was just like, yo, what, same thing? Really? You're just gonna leave it off at that?
Yeah. So
Captain Marvel
again,
and Captain America.
Robin.
Captain Marvel and Captain America are gonna be the
Exactly.
duo of that universe.
And that's what we're gonna ask you. Is it them two? Who else are they gonna add? It will be interesting because Thor, the Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, they're all dead. So it says Captain America and Captain Marvel. Who are they gonna add? I mean, I know we had Doctor Strange, but Black Panther,
You got
Falcon.
those two. Probably Falcon.
But the thing is, this is a different universe. So are those people in this universe? Who knows?
Maybe, but speculation is always fun.
Yeah.
I could maybe even, just to go obscure, Ghost Rider.
They own the rights.
Only reason why I say
nice.
that, I love Ghost Rider. One of the most underappreciated characters in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. I mean, once Marvel, they figure out something with Ghost Rider to make it to the big screens, hopefully. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting how it ended. And like, yeah, so like with that episode and like the second episode, I mean, honestly, all three of them, they all kind of end on cliffhangers.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the theme of, or the the running theme of it.
Hold on a second. I just had an interesting thought.
Okay.
Where Captain Carter, where she appeared. Hold on. Was Hawkeye with Nick Fury in that one?
Yes.
Oh, never mind. I was just
thought
what if she ended up in the same universe where like they just found Captain America and Captain Marvel, but I was just like, wait, Hawkeye's dead, so that couldn't have been.
It's a different universe. So yeah, so they're gonna do something with Captain Carter on a different universe than what they're gonna do here, which is I don't know how they're gonna keep up. Like, and we don't even know what type of universe is it. 1, 2, 5, 12. Like,
it's probably just like a number that's just even like inconceivable at this point or something. It's just like universe 1,300,000,000 or 300 million, something ridiculous. but just speaking of all this what if and this multiverse stuff, we just got that teaser trailer of Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. See, that's a I can't wait to talk about that. Can't wait to talk about that. But that's not until December.
dude.
We have to wait. We have to wait, guys, for you guys to hear our opinions about that. Cause yeah. All right.
The full movie. I'm gonna give a quick opinion about that trailer. Holy smokes, dude. Just the fact that you get a touch of Green Goblin and you get Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's my theory. Whenever he's just like, hello, Peter, he's not, I don't think he's talking to the Peter Parker, Tom Holland we know. I absolutely do not think he is.
Okay.
It's total misdirect.
So you think he actually talking to Tobey Maguire, Peter?
I think he's talking to the Tobster.
Okay. They just cut it that way to make it seem like, yeah, I agree.
Maybe. Bro, they gotta.
Okay, about this trailer, do you think that there's 1, 2, 3, the final trailer, whatever? You think they're gonna actually show the other Spider-Mans or wait until the movie to show them?
Oh, no, you can't show them, dude. No one would go to the theater.
Why not? It's Spider-Man. It's this third movie.
Bro, I feel like that's just too juicy of a deal.
Yeah, I agree,
man. Like Kevin Feige was so mad when Alfred Molina said he was going to be in it that there's no chance we'll ever get an inkling, which is why I think both Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire have both just been like, actually, you know what? Andrew Garfield was the only one that said he never got invited to the movie. So I have a suspicion they didn't ask. Gotcha. But if he's in it, I'll be happy. That'll be dope.
Wait, who's not going to be in it?
Andrew Garfield. He was the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, he said he's not going to be in it?
Well, he said he was never asked.
Oh, okay.
So like,
no,
that's true, right? A part of it feels like they might not have asked him because those two are like considered the worst Spider-Man movies.
No, I mean, I like the Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I like the Amazing Spider-Man.
I hated them. I thought they were so bad. Andrew Garfield's a decent Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I used to be super against him, but like he's actually pretty good. I think he just got handed a bad script. I think both of them were terrible. Like like they had they had Gwen Stacy this time instead of MJ, which was great because it's just like that's also a great route to go. You don't always have to do MJ. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just never got into it. Like I thought Jamie Foxx's Electro was not good.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I thought the Lizard guy also not good.
Yeah.
I thought Andrew Garfield did a good Spider-Man, but just bad movies. But
no, I agree. Okay,
he could be lying. I think, anybody in those positions, they end up lying because you don't want Marvel to be mad at you, bro.
No, I agree.
But
I hope they're all in it, to be honest.
I hope so, dude. I really do. I think that would be amazing. It'll easily make $1 billion.
No, I believe if they're all in it, and I want them to all have at least a decent part of the movie. I don't want them to come in the third act or anything like that. Come in the second or towards the end of the second, and then be in like maybe the last 30 minutes of the movie or the last 30 minutes of the movie. I'll be happy,
Yeah, I don't know how they'll do it, man, but like that was gonna be crazy. Now, the other theory people are having, what if that Doctor Strange is a variant? Because
I heard about that. I heard about that, Doctor Strange and not really Doctor Strange.
That was an interesting take because I did think it was weird that Wong's leaving. He's just like, don't do that spell. And he kind of like winks at him, just like, yeah, we're going to do it. It's just like, Yeah, but like that's not really you, Doctor Strange. Like, yeah, I get it. You broke the rules, but like you did that because that literally saved the universe or the fabric of reality, even. I just don't I don't buy that the normal Doctor Strange was like, yeah, this kid that I fought this, entire world-ending war with, like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
buddies now. I'll do that spell for you. Everybody will forget that you were Spider-Man like that. What? No way. I could be wrong. Maybe
Yeah,
he's gotten cooler since then.
yeah,
Loosened up a bit because he's not so worried about his hands.
yeah. I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt.
Mhm.
Because if it see, this is where I don't like when people like dig like that. I want to go to the movies and find out, like, not to think, is he really a variant? Is he not? Is he really a variant? Is he not? Um. So yeah, nah, I'll take it face value, and that's the real Doctor Strange for me. I don't know.
Fair enough. But yeah, like that's just going to be an interesting change for him just because I
Mhm.
like as of now, I was like, that feels a bit out of character. But I don't know.
So we didn't see the Green Goblin yet. Um,
Just his
but
laugh.
he's there, obviously. Are you worried about, like they did with Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man, having too much villains? Um, it seems like you have Green Goblin, you have what's the dude, the forum?
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, Doctor Octopus. Um, are you worried about them having too much villains? Sandman, they say Sandman was there.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. And
Yeah,
Electro's in it too.
yeah. The Electro, I think that was a stress because that's just all lightning. I'm like, okay, that can just be lightning, guys.
Well,
Come on
they
now.
they already confirmed Jamie Foxx is reprising his Electro for the movie.
Really?
Hmm. So yeah, he's gonna be in it. So I don't know, man. I think that's the concern, but I would say they definitely are already doing it by the sound of it. But
And the only way,
they might be able to get away with it better than the original Spider-Man 3 because in this case we have a multiverse breakdown happening. So it kind of seems to make sense that you that like you would have so many villains. And in this case, they're going to be able to get away with the nostalgia factor, I think.
mm-hmm.
They go the route that most people think they're going. So I don't know. I feel like in a way they'll kind of be able to get away with it.
And then the character William Dafoe, that's how I
Yeah,
pronounce
Willem
his last name.
Dafoe.
Yeah, he's gonna be the actual Green Goblin in this one as well. So they're bringing back that every original character, even on the cast list. It doesn't say Tommy Maguire's on here yet, but they keep it a hush hush until they probably drop the trailer, and then they're gonna probably add them. Maybe Andrew Garfield as well. Hopefully he's there. Um, damn. See, I think it only works if there's enough heroes as well. So, like you said, if all the three Spider-Man, Doctor Strange are there, then it makes sense for them to fight all those villains. The only reason it didn't work is because there's one Spider-Man and there was like five villains. So it was just like, all right. And it wasn't, henchmen. It was like the main villains, that can stand on their own. So I think it will work in this in Far Far Away from Home. No Way Home. So it works. It will work.
Some people think the Venom's somehow going to cross over too.
Nah, no.
I think people feel that way because that one, like, was it like Morbius or Mobius or something?
Yeah, Mobius. Yeah.
That living vampire Jared Leto movie, like, features in that. So some people seem to think that like they're gonna be doing
that's Marvel, right?
over there. It's Sony.
Oh, Sony.
It's the
Gotcha.
Sony Marvel, which
Hmm.
owns Spider-Man.
Yeah, no. Okay. We'll
So
see.
yeah, doing a
We'll
whole
see.
Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man, which is a good job. Good luck.
No, we'll have to see what Spider-Man says. Can't wait, can't wait. All right, guys. So if y'all enjoyed the episodes, just leave a comment below. Tell us what you guys think of What If episode 1 and 2. Well, episode 2 and 3. I'm sorry. Did they do the right thing about changing the characters? Let us know. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Subscribe, follow. See you next time. Peace.